Hey, I'm Ronnie and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Ronnie. I became a widow in August of 2020, and on this channel I've been kind of just sharing some thoughts and sharing my journey. It's been a few months now since I made my last video, so I figured I would come back and kind of update you on everything that's been going on. It was my intention to record a video for the 2-year anniversary of my husband's death, but life got busy, business got busy in August, and so I never got around to doing it. And then when I really did sit down and just to try to recap and figure out, where I was, I looked in my journal, and I didn't even journal anything on that date. I don't know what that means. I just didn't journal anything. So I don't even have a record of how I felt on the 2-year mark of the event that caused me to become a widow. So I left it alone and I just said, okay, well, I can still talk about what it's been like for the last 2 years, but I really wanted to recap how I was feeling. So I figured I would do it for his birthday. I forgot. I didn't forget to record. I forgot the birthday. Oh, and I'm like, oh, how in the world could that happen? And it was my mom who reminded me of the date. And immediately I called myself a bad widow because I thought, like, how could you? I mean, what kind of widow are you, right? But then I felt, you know what? No, that I was living. Life was going on. There were things happening that day. That I wasn't just sitting in the house. I was busy. I was out doing stuff. And so I kind of took that as a turning point. I said, well, maybe we have turned a corner on this grief thing, and I just had to sit with it for a little bit and realize that forgetting the birthday doesn't mean that you forget the person, right? So I didn't even journal on his birthday. So, or what would have been his birthday. So, well, what was the date of his birth? So I just didn't do anything that day. So, I mean, and for him, I didn't journal that day and I didn't record anything that day. But here we are. It has been 2 years now. It's been over 2 years now. And like I said in my last video, I did not want to be a wallowing widow. I did not want to still be in a place of constant mourning. I just didn't want to stay in sadness. I really just wanted to be intentional about the healing process. I wanted to be intentional about what I was doing to make myself feel better, to help my children adjust, and I can't really make them feel better. That's going to be a journey that they have to go on individually. But what am I doing? What am I modeling to help them move into where they need to move into, right? So, I just, life is moving forward. Doesn't mean I don't miss him. It doesn't mean I would surely rather have him here, but he's in a better place right now. So I'm pretty sure he wouldn't choose to be back here. So, we just move forward. So what does that mean for this channel? Because life is going. We're still here. Kids are doing well. I'm doing well. We're still here. So what does it mean for this channel? What am I doing on YouTube? Am I still going to share my journey? What part of my journey am I going to share? What does it look like for me? Well, I named the channel Widow Mom Life, and that's what I wanted to express. Being a widow, I'm a mom, and this is the life I'm living, right? So I'm not one to vlog a whole lot of stuff. I'm not constantly with a camera out, recording every little thing. But I do know that I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a reason. The idea of Widow Mom Life came to me, and so I want to take action on that. I want to move with it and do something with it, because I believe that I'm here to help someone. Someone needs to hear what I have to say. Someone needs to be encouraged. Someone needs to be inspired. And so my eyes irritated me. So if I look like I'm blinking a whole lot, I don't know. It's messing with me today. But and anyway, I want to be an encouragement to another woman who is either just now starting her widow journey, or she's been on it for a few years and she's just at a point where she just can't, that step that she needs to take, that getting over that hump, getting that breakthrough, turning that corner. She's having some difficulty getting there. She needs some support. That's what I want to be. And really, how did I get to where I am? It's my faith. It is my faith. There is nothing, no one else. It is the man above my Creator, the Most High God Almighty, who has gotten me to the place where I am today, where I can feel secure in moving forward on my own. I have gained some confidence in being the head of household, continuing to raise my children, helping them move into adulthood. I don't have anyone else to help me but God. So I include God in every conversation I have, every thought I have, every situation, circumstance, whether it's for me individually, whether it's regarding the children, whatever it is. I just have that conversation as if God is my husband now. So when I would have gone to my husband and say, hey, look, this is what's going on with the kids or with this child, now it's me and God having that conversation. It's like, look, what you want me to do? Because these are your children. So I need you to help me figure out what I should be doing here on earth. Because whatever your will done on earth. So that's the conversation I have. So basically for me, what I just want to be able to share the things that have helped me and what I've done in my spiritual walk. It has grown so much. It has deepened. It's more intimate. I want to share is how I'm living in this new reality of healing from the trauma of losing my husband and the father of my children. I'm going to continue to express how I feel. I want to share, whatever, if there's been some new breakthrough, there's some things that I've done that have helped me spiritually. I have grown so much. And that's really the only way that I've been able to make it through. My relationship with God is the only way that I have been able to make it through. Trusting God in this process, realizing who I am now, living fully in that space of I was widowed in 2020. It's now 2022. Where am I in that? What does that mean for me? It's just something that happened. I'm fully dependent on God to help me get through, to help me continue to heal. And while I feel like I've turned the corner, there's still such a journey to travel because there's still so much life to live. And so I'm looking forward to living the life that I have to live. I'm looking forward to watching my kids continue to live the life they have to live, and how the trauma of losing their dad, how that affects them going into adulthood, and who am I to them? Obviously I'm mom, but what other position do I play? What other place do I hold in their journey? So I definitely want to come on and share that and just share some things that will inspire and encourage other women who have been traumatized by the death of their husband. I've had numerous conversations with women who have been divorced, and we've talked about the parallel of that trauma. And so, I speak to them too, so it would be for any woman really who has been through some sort of trauma with their spouse, their domestic partner that they've built a life with, and that person is no longer there, specifically being the death of that person. But really, divorce is kind of, it to an extent runs parallel with that. I just really want to be an encouragement, and I want to inspire you, and I want to help you get to the other side of it. I really want to help you get to the other side of it. And for me, that becomes a spiritual walk with God. And for me, that's the only way it's going to happen. And so I invite you to join me on that walk. I will be back to share some things that have helped, some things that I'm doing, and hopefully it will be an encouragement and it will be inspiring and it will help you as well. So that's my update. It's past the 2-year mark, but we're going to consider this the 2-year update for life after the death of my husband. So I do hope that this was enjoyable for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're inspired and encouraged to come back and see what, how I can help you further. So again, thank you so much for watching me today, and I do hope to see you again soon. Be blessed.